Hello dear friends, this is Tiwari sir here. A lot of my students have requested me to talk about motivation. Many of my students, especially those who are appearing for board, they have requested me to talk about motivation. See, motivation is not an exterior thing. It is an internal thing. Somebody cannot motivate you from outside. Of course, the impetus can be from outside, but motivation is an internal thing. What may motivate one person may not motivate another person. So, there is no universal formula for motivation. However, there are things which gives impetus to motivation. Today I will discuss about all these things. You see, one of the prominent problem of students is procrastination, delaying something. Most of the students, when they have some unpleasant tasks to do, for example, if they have a project to do or a homework to do, which they are not finding it very interesting, they will try to avoid it. They will think that I will do it today or I will do it tomorrow. There is still a lot of time. So they try to delay the things, and that is the main reason for failure. We find that average students, they are never prepared for anything. Even though they may have ample time, they always lack time for doing the project. They do everything in the last moment, causing a lot of harassment to themselves as well as to their parents. I have seen students who just start doing the project before the submission date. So what happens? Suddenly they will find that nothing is working. They will find the printing shops are closed. Half of their matter is not ready. Then they request the teachers to extend the date, which most often is not done, and they lose precious marks. So the first thing which I would advise to everyone is to do things on time. Never delay things for tomorrow. Once you delay it, what happens? It becomes a process, it becomes a habit, and which is a sure way for failure. Actually, in this highly competitive world, when there is competition everywhere, stress is a factor which cannot be ignored. There are many psychological issues which most of the students suffer. Neither the parent nor the teacher, they understand what exactly is going on. People like us who have spent most of the time with students and who are sensitive to students and their feelings can often understand what is going on. Seeing the aggressive nature or seeing the rude behavior, most of the people think that is the nature of the child. But often we find that there are psychological reasons behind it. There is some stress, there is some unknown fear, or there might be something else which is bothering the student, which is manifesting itself in aggression. It is important that these things are looked into. One thing I would like to add more is that the first and foremost decision which a student must do is to avoid delaying the task. Then the second most important lesson is the planning the timetable. This is one area which most of the students cannot stick to. First, make a detailed plan. Now, you see, plan cannot be rigid because situations may arise which may be beyond our control. But still, it is necessary to build plan. Decide your times, divide your time between the subjects, and then try to stick to it. It is not very possible to stick to it strictly, but yet this can be done to a large extent. Rigorously following this routine and sticking to your timetable makes you more motivated. It inspires confidence in yourself and the people around you, and gradually you start improving. So you see, the first thing is no procrastination. Second, sticking to a strict timetable. And third, having faith. It is said that faith can move mountains. Now, this statement is not out of place. Faith can indeed help in doing great many things. So, have faith in yourself. Lack of faith is short method of failure. Having deep faith in one's ability and one's conviction is itself a motivation enough. So that is the third thing. Having faith in oneself. Then the fourth thing which I would like to state is to accept the reality. You see, we should not live in a world of imagination. We must accept our limitations and our reality and plan accordingly. You can't expect an average student to score 90%. So one must accept one's reality, one's ability, and then target. Obviously, target must be higher than one's benchmark, but it should not be as high, it should not be so high that one may fall abruptly and further lose confidence. So that is also one area which we all must be concerned, and we all must look into it. So I will keep this video short. There are a lot many things to say and lot many things to do, but gradually as we progress, in future videos I might talk on them. For the time being, follow these 4 advice of mine, and I hope you shall have a bright future. Thanking you. This is Tiwari sir here.